Në episodin e 14 të podcastit Flasim, kam të ftuar një britanik, anglez. Emri i tij është Carl Roberts. Ai ka ardhur në Shqipëri fillimisht si menaxher i projektit të madh të gasjellësit trans-adriatik dhe pasi ka mbaruar punën si menaxher, nuk është shkëputur dot më nga Shqipëria, sepse i ka ndodhur ajo që i ndodh përgjithsisht të gjithë atyre që vinë në Shqipëri, ka rënë në dashuri me Shqipërinë. It's fair to say you fall in love with Albania.
That's correct, yes.
So we will talk in English, but before I want you to say to me hello in Albanian.
Përshëndetje.
Good, very good.
Përshëndetje, Prime Minister.
Very good. Përshëndetje. And let's start with when was the first time you heard the name Albania?
The very first time was at school. And what really stuck out for me is there was a map of Europe, and all the different countries had different colours, and Albania was black. And I asked the question, why? And the answer was it was a closed country. That was the first time ever I'd heard about Albania.
And then what was your perception of Albania before you got to know that you had to come here?
I'd read about Albania. I knew about the history. I'm fascinated with history. So that interested me a lot. I've worked in the former Soviet Union, and because of the ties between Albania and Russia historically, I expected to see a Russian influence, which I did, but I also saw other influences, Italian. I saw the place was more active arriving in Tirana from the airport.
No, I'm asking before you knew that you would come to Albania,
okay.
How much you knew about Albania?
Well, that was about it, really. It was just what I read.
And then first time was when someone, I guess, told you that you have to go to manage the Trans-Adriatic pipeline, right?
That's correct. That's correct. I was based in Switzerland, and my boss said that he would like me to come to Albania. And
how you reacted?
With great, I welcomed it.
You welcomed it.
Why did I welcome it? Because Switzerland is Switzerland. It's a beautiful place, well organized. I've traveled the world, and I like places like Albania. So I was enthusiastic.
So what's wrong with Switzerland? Is boring? Is cold? Or is
it was a little bit boring, to be honest.
Yes.
I arrived there on Sunday. Everything was closed at about 9 o'clock at night. I struggled to get a meal. Everything is too organized. It's a great place, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I know it's a great place, of course.
But I like places like Albania.
So you welcomed the
opportunity. Yes.
And then you arrived first time. What you expected to see, and what was the difference between what you expected and what you saw, or more or less what you saw, what you expected?
Like I said earlier, I was expecting to see the sort of Russian influence more than Albania sort of presented to me. I could see it was a developing country. I could see there was lots of activity, more so than I thought, if I'm honest.
Mm-hmm.
And
what year was that when you?
That was 2015.
2015.
Yeah.
And then you saw Tirana. You started by establishing first in Tirana, right?
Correct.
And then you went to the south.
Yes. I mean, the first 12 months of the project was strengthening roads and bridges across, obviously, the width of Albania, to allow the construction work to commence, because obviously we were moving lots of heavy equipment and lots of pipes. I'd been in Albania about 2 weeks, and we then had to take the tenderers for the pipeline to show them the pipeline route. So I went from Bësh right the way Vithkuq, and then across to the other side, Potom, Cherevoda, right the way through to Fia. And that was a great introduction of life outside Tirana, because I see Tirana as obviously the capital and where the majority of people live. But I like to go to the rural areas and see, how people really live. And there's a big contrast, as you know better than me.
True. Before going further, I wanted just to share with you the following. When I was elected 2013, one of the first